This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program News Analysis, now we bring you a discussion on Assembly elections and overall analysis. The participants are Tia Ramachandran, political analyst, and Ashwini Srivastav, journalist.
Assembly elections in 5 states, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram, Rajasthan and Telangana, are scheduled to be held within a month's time. Let us first start with Chhattisgarh, where pollings are scheduled to be held in 2 phases. First is on November 12th and second is on November 20th. So we will take first phase of the elections, where polling will be held for 18 seats, including 12 in Bastar area, which is known for its Maoism. There are lots of Naxals there. It's the worst Naxal affected area of the country. How do you see the first phase of the election in Chhattisgarh? Would you like to tell about its importance to our listeners?
I think the significance of any state cannot be undermined in the overall constitutional comfort. In any case, I think Chhattisgarh by itself has tremendous significance. It has 90 seats in the assembly, and as you mentioned, it is being held in 2 phases. This is the only state out of the 5 where elections will be held in 2 phases because of the Naxal problem. And there have been previous incidents where the Naxals have targeted leaders, and it's unfortunate that they've been able to spread terror, at least among the people within their area of operation as well as beyond it. But I think in the current spell of elections of these 5 states, the 3 states which assume great importance, or at least 2 of them, are Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. And needless to say, Chhattisgarh also has its importance because the BJP has ruled it for now 3 consecutive terms. Well, the significant aspect is that BSP chief Mayawati has reached an electoral arrangement with the party headed by the former Congress leader, Jogi. And his son I believe, is also being actively involved in reaching this arrangement. But the effort is mainly to cut the prospects of the Congress party in Chhattisgarh. And to some extent, the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Mr. Raman Singh, has gone on record in interviews to various people to tell them that this particular alliance would not only have a bearing on the final outcome, but it definitely seems to be a harbinger of problem for the Congress party. So that is where the situation stands now. But then one will also have to see what is the kind of voting that happens in the first phase, particularly as it is being held in the Naxal-dominated areas.
On November 12th, that is when the first phase of polling is due to be held, one of the interesting constituency is of Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Raman Singh's home turf, which is Rajnandgaon. Interestingly, Congress nominee Karuna Shukla, who is Atal Bihari Vajpayee's niece, is taking on Raman Singh in his own home turf. How do you see this contest?
Well, this contest is bound to be interesting, but it would be very difficult for me to say that the former Prime Minister, Mr. Vajpayee's niece, would be a great competitor to the Chief Minister himself. This particular Chief Minister is not one who is known to brag about his achievements. He's a very quiet man, and I think there are indications that he has done reasonably well, more than reasonably well in Chhattisgarh in his term of being in office. And at the same time, I think the general uplift of the people and the well-being and the development of the state has been seen as remarkable by a lot of visitors and impartial observers. I think to that extent, Raman Singh does have a whip hand compared to his immediate opposition, be it the Congress party or be it the combine of the BSP and Mr. Ajit Jogi's party. I think in the overall analysis, it would not be wrong on my part to say that Mr. Raman Singh and the BJP have a definite edge.
Raman Singh is seeking mandate for the 4th consecutive term.
Exactly.
As you pointed out that he has an edge, do you feel that the pro-incumbency is a factor in these elections? I mean, anti-incumbency or pro-incumbency? How you see it?
Listen, if you have ruled a state for 3 consecutive terms, there has to be anti-incumbency against you. I mean, it would be very naive for anybody to say there is just no anti-incumbency. There is anti-incumbency even in Rajasthan, where Vasundhara Raje has been the chief minister for only 1 term. But in Madhya Pradesh and in Chhattisgarh, the BJP has ruled for 3 consecutive terms, even though the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh may not have been there for all the 15 years, but he has been in power as chief minister for 13 long years. I think Raman Singh's position is far better.
Talking about Madhya Pradesh, which is neighbor of Chhattisgarh, Chief Minister Shivraj Chauhan is trying hard to woo voters. You look at Congress in Madhya Pradesh, there appears to be factions within the Congress, be it Jyotiraditya Scindia, Kamal Nath or Digvijay Singh. Each of them appears to be fighting against each other. How do you see this notion? Will it benefit BJP?
It's very interesting. I think the situation in Madhya Pradesh is very unique in its own way. The Chief Minister is making a very determined effort this time compared to the previous three occasions to see that the flock that has supported him remains with him. But there are fissures in the groups that are supporting the BJP and the Chief Minister. But the Chief Minister is not one to throw in the towel easily. So I think Shivraj Singh Chauhan is there to give a big fight to its main competitor, which is the Congress party. And the manner in which he has handled the minorities in Madhya Pradesh is also something which cannot be dismissed out of hand. So I think he does have a slight edge. But an anti-incumbency which has risen against somebody for ruling 3 consecutive terms is something that cannot be dismissed out of hand. So it has its implications. And one needs to see if the Congress leadership, which is out in large numbers in Madhya Pradesh, is able to regain the advantage that it once enjoyed. But as you yourself mentioned, the infighting appears to be one of the stumbling blocks for the Congress party. Though I think the kind of efforts it has made up to now in Madhya Pradesh gives it a slight edge over its opponents. Will infighting and other aspects of damaging the party has been one of the bane of the Congress party. And therefore, if that comes into play in a big way, especially the infighting between the leaders, I think it would cause harm to the Congress party. But the latest reports do suggest that they're trying their best not to wash dirty linen in public, and the entire effort to show that they are united in this fight against the BJP. I think another aspect of significance which cannot be forgotten is also that the Congress High Command had made up its mind quite some months ago that it will go for arrangements with specific parties in each of the states. It will study them carefully, and if it feels justified that going with a particular party gives the edge to the Congress in securing, regaining power in the state, they would rather give that a chance. I think an instance that has just come up is also the defeat in the by-elections of the BJP to the JDS Congress alliance in Karnataka. Out of 5 seats, this particular alliance has won 4, and the BJP has been able to win only once, even though as a single largest party, it is the BJP which enjoys a higher number. But it had not been able to form the government because it did not enjoy a majority on its own. But be that as it may, I still think that Madhya Pradesh is not going to be easy for Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan to triumph as meritoriously as he did the last time.
Congress is generally known for not projecting its chief ministerial candidate. They have done the same in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh also. But talking about Madhya Pradesh specifically, do you feel that it would have been better for Congress had they projected any CM face? There would have been less infighting and there would be a clear face for people to choose or cast vote in favor for.
This is a very interesting question, and this question has been bandied about at election meetings and so on and so forth. But it doesn't seem to have really taught congressmen and its leadership a lesson at all. Because the kind of open infighting that they're having is only doing them internal harm than really giving any great advantage to the ruling party. Well, in the prevailing circumstances, I think it would have given them an advantage if they had named a young leader to be the chief minister. I think it's fairly evident that the popularity at this point of time rests with Jyotiraditya Scindia. There are no two doubts about it. But the reports emanating from Madhya Pradesh clearly state that Mr. Kamal Nath is one of the competitors for the office of chief ministership. I think the Congress may have won itself a good deal if it had announced a chief ministerial nominee well in advance, and that might have given them an advantage to begin with. But I think it is also necessary for Congress leaders, particularly in Madhya Pradesh, to have joined ranks rather than fighting against each other.
On November 20th, the day when people in Madhya Pradesh cast their vote, the same day one of the northeastern states, Mizoram, polling will be held there too. How do you see the poll prospects in Mizoram? BJP is trying hard to increase its footprints to the northeastern states, and Mizoram may hold key to regain its foothold in other neighboring states. How do you see the assembly elections? What will happen there?
Well, I think it's very difficult to say which way the wind is blowing there for now, but the Congress is ruling in Mizoram and is trying to wrest power from the BJP in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. But I think in Mizoram there are two local parties which are in competition in a big way. And the BJP, having made a breakthrough in the Northeast by winning Assam in a very comfortable and significant manner, I think would like to have completely out the Congress in the Northeast if they were to win Mizoram. This is the only place where the Congress is ruling for now, barring Punjab. Otherwise, it's difficult to say now. I think it will be very difficult to really say anything categorically in which way the wind is blowing in Mizoram. But I think you cannot wish away the regional parties and the role that they play in propping up a particular party and taking it across the winning line. So one will have to really wait and see. It's difficult to hazard a guess at this point of time.
There is also an ongoing controversy involving Chief Electoral Officer of Mizoram. He has recently been called back by Election Commission of India, perhaps to seek some sort of clarification or explanations. An NGO in Mizoram is demanding his removal, but there is no official word on his removal yet. How do you see this controversy, which essentially involves Bru refugees?
I think it would be better to restrain any comment on this issue because it has been officially said that the high-level Election Commission team is visiting Mizoram tomorrow to end the standoff following protests against the Chief Electoral Officer. So I think it comes very much within the domain of the autonomous organization called the Chief Election Commissioner. So I think it is better, that this is left for them to resolve.
Talking about the last day of polls, that is December 7, where polling will be held in Rajasthan and in Telangana, where BJP Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje Scindia is trying hard to stage a comeback, and in Telangana also election will be held. How do you see, first we will talk about Rajasthan, how do you see BJP's and Congress position in Rajasthan?
I would say as of now, taking into account the reports coming from Rajasthan, that it is touch and go for both Vasundhara Raje, the Chief Minister, and for the Congress party as well. But I think in the manner in which the Congress and in particular its young leader in Rajesh Pilot and others have taken the campaign forward, they seem to be bubbling with enthusiasm, energy and confidence that they do have a chance in regaining power in Rajasthan. Again, I do think it would be too premature to hazard and reach a definitive decision. But Sachin Pilot, as we all know, is the son of the late Rajesh Pilot, and his efforts to really go deep into Rajasthan and try and resurrect the Congress party I think, has been viewed quite positively by just about everybody down the line. And therefore, I think the fight is tough, but there is an edge that Congress seems to enjoy in Rajasthan.
How about Telangana, where K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who was the first Chief Minister and now the caretaker Chief Minister, do you see an edge for his party, Telangana Rashtra Samiti?
I think Telangana Rashtra Samiti has been quite in the forefront for the creation of Telangana, which has been hanging fire for decades. We all know that. But I think ultimately it fell upon him, and it was during his agitation and tenure and head of the TRS that Telangana actually achieved the status of an independent state. It was carved out by dividing Andhra Pradesh. So Telangana, for several instances, has tremendous significance because it retains Hyderabad as the capital of Telangana. On the other hand, I think creation of Andhra Pradesh by dividing Andhra Pradesh as a whole has been a big dampener for the Chief Minister, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, who is also the chairperson of the ruling Telugu Desam party. Now, as far as elections in Telangana is concerned, there were reasons why the Chief Minister decided to end the assembly and go in for fresh elections, because he thought if it were to be held close to or along with the general elections, they might suffer a setback. So I think it's a fight on his hands. It's a fight for the TRS, and it is also a fight for the Congress party, which is now having an attachment or an understanding with the TDP party.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on assembly elections and overall analysis. The participants were T.R. Ramachandran, political analyst, and Ashwini Srivastav, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website newsonair.nic.in. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.